To make your vanilla cake, what you need is your butter, you need your flour. Please bear in mind that all these ingredients will be listed out. This is baking powder. You need baking powder. You also need your oil. This is an oil and butter recipe. You also need your eggs. Of course, we are using 5 eggs. And then you need your buttermilk. I'm going to show you a video on how I make the buttermilk. And then these are your flavors, vanilla and milk flavor, and your sugar. So I'm going to make my buttermilk using powdered milk. So what you need is 3 tablespoons of powdered milk, 1 cup of warm water or normal water. You're going to mix this properly, and then you add 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. This is called your buttermilk. To start making your creamy vanilla cake, you need your butter. That's the first thing that we do. You go in with your oil. Make sure that you put in everything, because every ingredient, all the quantity counts. And then you go in with your sugar. Now these are the first things that you are going to do to start making your vanilla cake. These are the first things. Now you can use hand mixer if you have one, or you can also use your stable mixer or your hand, like if you're using a wooden spatula, you can also use a wooden spatula. Now you're going to keep mixing your butter and sugar with oil until you have a pale yellow color, just as the one I'm having. Now when you must have achieved a pale yellow color, the next thing you are going to do is to break your eggs. Now I'm going to be breaking my egg one after the other. So I'm going to break 1 egg, put into my mixture, and then I mix. This mixing is going to be like maybe like 1 minute or like 15 minutes, and then I break another egg and add inside. I'm just going to continue this process until I exhaust my egg, right? And if I'm doing it, I'm also going to be scraping the sides of my mixing bowl so that everything is going to get mixed with the egg. You can see that I'm not adding my egg, I'm not adding all my eggs at once, and I have been breaking my eggs one after the other. This is also going to help get your cakes fluffy. Please don't rush this step. Just take it easy. Don't rush this step. It's going to help give your cake that fluffy nature that you want. This is another egg, and I think this is probably the last one. So you're just going to keep adding it one by one. Yes, one by one. This is total of 5 eggs, so just keep adding one by one. Now after adding this and mixing, the next thing I'm going to do is to go in with my flavor. I'm using 2 flavors, vanilla and milk flavor. Now I'm going to add my flavors, mix, and then scrape the sides. Now once you are done scraping the sides of your mixing bowl, next thing you are going to do is to add baking powder to your flour. Just add the quantity that is given to you for a recipe. Add it, and then alternate your dry ingredients to your wet ingredients. Now you add half of the flour, then you mix it. Now you don't need the hand mixer again. Just use your spatula, this spatula that I'm using. So you just mix it. After mixing it, you don't need it to be that smooth, because you don't want to over mix. Then you go in with your milk, your buttermilk. This is buttermilk. Add your buttermilk and mix again. After mixing this, you're now going to add the last batch, that is the last flour. Add your flour, and remember not to over mix. Now when we start alternating our flour and buttermilk, just be careful not to over mix, because you don't want the gluten in your flour to start forming, to make it dense. You don't want to over mix. Please don't over mix this process. That is why we are using a spatula to mix. Now when we are done mixing all these things, the next thing is to put our butter into our baking pan. I always love measuring my cakes. So this is about 500 grams, and I baked it at 165 degrees Celsius, and my cake is ready. Now let me give you a few tips of what can affect your cake. Number 1 is the type of butter that you are using. Number 2 is the temperature, the heat of your oven. And the third one is the quantity of your egg, the size of your egg. This really matters, right? So please watch this video to the end. Just be careful. Don't skip anything. Make sure that if you're making your own, that you follow this process. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye guys.